Welcome everybody to the D2E studios, and we're trying out for the first episode. All right, Rasta reasoning. So hosting with
Rasta
yours impeded,
reasoning.
with yours truly, impenetrable, the rebel, representing GTD. That's how we go. Get that dough. All right. So part of the talking that we were doing earlier to here was just like, men in relationships and what we have learned from like our past relationships and such. Um, and one of the things that I've always, we were just talking off air, is definitely when a woman has accused you of things that you weren't doing in the relationship, right? And you're now out of that relationship. Do men question themselves in regards to saying, well, can I get away with that type of potential of
Behavior.
behavior of being a player when I was really a monogamous individual in my previous relationship? What do you think, my brother?
Listen, I like we were talking earlier, right?
Hmm.
Thank you for having me on the podcast, man.
Yes, introduce yourself. Yes.
Congratulations, man, for the records. This is Rasta down to Rasta reasoning. You know what I'm saying? Impenetrable. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Thank you. Bless.
D2E. You already know. Shout out to Samurai and shout out to Sean Myrie.
All
Shout
right.
out to the whole network. Shout out Brooklyn. Um.
Shout out to
Anyways,
the whole family. But
shout out to the
yes.
whole family. Listen, it comes down to this, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're in a relationship, because it's mutual energy being exchanged.
Yes.
Sometimes either you can make the other person fucking straight or act in a certain way, or the other
I
person can
agree.
transfer that energy to you.
Okay.
You get what
All
I'm
right.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm always gonna keep it real, and I thank you for giving me this outlet and for having me around, for having me
Mm-hmm.
on.
Well,
Cause you know what I'm
definitely,
saying.
brother.
It's you know what, it's therapeutic at the same time. For me as a man, for me as a man, my mission is to actually try to open up those doors to open communication so that we can actually get better. You know what I'm saying? As men, you know what I'm saying.
Well, that's
So
the reason of the Rasta reasoning is to actually bring the talks that have been in the shadows that we are looking for to educate one of us as men and the masculinity about men and grow properly as like being proper men in this world. So thank you for being on the first episode here
thank
with
you,
me
brother.
today,
That's
brother.
dope. And
And yeah, but
yeah,
continue on.
to answer from my own experience, bro. I was in a relationship for like about 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I love like my ex girlfriend. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna say her name, but yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody knows because everybody knows me. Fuck. But you know why? She had a lot of issues, a lot of insecurity issues, and and I felt bad for her because a lot of those insecurity issues were seeded by her own family. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? She as a child endured a lot of trauma. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you feel as like the role as like a man when you are taking on to be a provider for a woman and loving her and all that you have to cater so much to the woman's insecurities?
Oh man, for sure.
Okay.
Cause
But
you
for a
know what,
woman
like,
and loving.
cause you know what it is. Like, here's this woman that presented herself in my life, and I tell you, I was like, I had 4 years single before she came around, and I fell for her. You know what I mean? I was like,
Hmm.
wham, bam, bam. You know what I mean? Next thing you know, she's bringing Sunday dinners, and the picture looks beautiful. Mine, she's got 3 kids from,
A
two
previous.
different baby fathers and stuff like that.
Okay.
So, me as a man, I'm looking at the whole picture, and I'm like, you know what? Like, first of all, I believe in God, so I left it on my faith, and I said, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Bring it, baby. I'm gonna take care of you and the kids. You know what I'm saying?
Salute to you for doing that, brother.
Um,
Big time.
and
All
I
right.
talk and I talk on that as I battle my own things with my own children, right? You know what I'm saying? And their
Hmm.
and their mothers, right? Um, but as I met this woman, as time mind that I came in a relationship very open, baby girl. I don't hold no secrets. This is the password for that. This is the password for that. This is the password for that. These are the credit cards. These are the bank cards. You need anything, blah 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 blah.
So
That's
you
it.
came straight out from the get go,
Yeah,
trying to like
that's
cater off to knocking off the
absolutely, man.
insecurities right from the start.
Absolutely.
All
I
right,
was raised to
salute
be
to
a
that.
gentleman. I was raised to be a
A
gentleman
lot
by
of
my
brothers.
mother.
All right, cool. Because I have like sisters and all
You know
that,
what I'm
and that
saying?
was one thing that my mother raised me where they're like, "Yo, you gotta like let the lady know right from the get go," because you have
Absolutely.
sisters that are
Absolutely.
looking at you now that is
Absolutely.
like understanding how a man is going to be treating them. So
Absolutely. So
you
so I
know,
give her the open door policy. You know what I'm saying? I show her. I said, you have nothing to be afraid of. This is me. You can check anytime. Blah blah blah. Everything is at the tip of your fingers. As time progressed, I noticed that she was very insecure. Like, it started with like, yo, who's this? Why is she liking your pictures on Instagram? Do you know her? Or, you know what I mean? Why is she liking? Who is this? Who's this woman? They're liking your pictures without a T-shirt. I work out a lot and da. And I was like, and it's so crazy because I'm going back to what you're saying. I started to cater to her insecurities, and I was like, look,
and
babe.
that's what I'm. The reason of it is because I'm wondering if men need to have a line that we need to stop catering so much to the
Absolutely,
insecurities.
and that's why I went wrong, and that's what I was about to tell you. Long story short, when it was all said and done, there was no more me because I catered so much to her insecurities that there was no more individual me. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go nowhere.
I
I
hear that a
wasn't
lot from a lot of guys where they don't feel like they're a man anymore in regards to doing that.
dog. I couldn't go nowhere. All she wanted me was just for me to sit right next to her on the couch and just vegetate. No dreams, no goals. Like my whole shit just went down the drain. And mind that I'm in love with it. Oh shit! I just spilled some shit. My bad.
No, it's
Sammy, I
continue.
fucked up. Um, but mine, you know what I'm saying? I love this woman, you know what I'm saying? And she accused me of so much. And I used to wonder, I'm like, she used to be like, yo, I'm pretty sure you fucking talk to other women and and this and that. And I used to be like, but babe, I love you, baby girl. Like, I'm here with you. I'm taking care of you and the kids. Like, what makes you think that I will fucking want to fuck myself up and leave
Yeah.
the home that I dream of and to go leave it for something else that is not valuable to me, that is not long lasting. I see the rest of my life with you. Like I sincerely saw the rest of my life with this woman. So long story short, it got to the point where like she pressed and pressed and pressed, and I lost my fucking mind. I lost myself. I wasn't myself anymore. And you know why? Everything that I got accused of, and I'm telling you, I say it right here, bro. I say it out loud, on
Yeah.
live, bro. Everything that I ever got accused of, it hurt my fucking soul because I know once this is the one woman that I love with all my fucking soul. And I treat her like a woman should be treated. And she's the one who took not only financially, economically, but my spiritually, mentally, and physically away from me. You feel me?
Okay,
To the
cool.
point where like, you know what? I became angry.
That's
I
now
became
brings it
angry, and you know what
now.
I did? I went and fucking cheated. Everything that she ever accused me of, I went and fucking did it.
And that's the
And,
thing that I want to ask
and
now.
hold on.
Was because of the pain, not to cut you off,
Yeah,
but
go ahead.
because of the pain now, in regards to how much you loved her, you gave her like your, yourself to her, and she turned around and did that. Did you feel that the hurt now because of it and all the accusations that she was saying about you, which you weren't doing, that you now exercise that out on the other ladies afterwards?
No, you know what it was? I keep it real. I lost my mind. She drove me to the point of insanity. I
Wow.
wasn't
Okay.
myself, and that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
Like that's the point I'm trying to make. Like I am not. I never been that type of person. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good soul. I'm a good man. I'm a righteous man. But this is a moment in my life that where I love with all my strength, and I give it my all. Family benefits, like dog dental benefits, like $3,000, $5,000 birthday parties. You understand? Like I give it my all, and in return, all I got was seclusion, segregation. You know what I'm saying? And I lost myself simply because of everything that she was going through in her own world. And I think to myself, I'm like, why did I got accused of so much? When it comes down to it now, when it's all said and done, now I feel, and when I look back now, because I look back at everything now, it's like it's more than obvious that she was doing some shit. Because a person that how could you accuse me of so much and I never did not a
Well, I've
fucking thing
always
to you?
believed
You know
that, insecurities is something that the individual themselves have to work on. It's not something that your partner should be always fully catering to in regards to like your insecurities,
yeah,
right? Because from what my perspective is, like being in some relationships that I've had in the past, a lot of women do not want a man's insecurities being pressed onto them in
absolutely,
any way, shape, or form.
absolutely.
So, what it is, why that's the reason why I asked the question out earlier. Do you feel that a lot of men more cater to a woman's insecurities more so than what women do in a relationship to be successful or not successful?
That's a hard question to answer because if you think about it, you could look at it for on the white side of the board and the black side of the board. You got listen, and no pun intended. And I'm just saying, like you got men and you got great men, you got good men like us in here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And they will do anything for the right woman. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And then you have women, and sometimes we do the right things for the wrong kind of women because we can't see and we're so deep in the sauce. Cool, but so it goes for the woman. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's
I
women
agree.
that love these fall
Bad
downs.
boys.
You know what I'm saying? These fall downs. You know what I'm saying? They
Yep,
keep
for
on
them.
keep on keep on the keep on going with the cycle. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
they still do the right thing for these individuals. You get what I'm saying?
True.
You know what I'm saying? And you get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
they're caught up with the pattern of not learning from it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it goes both ways. I think there's good men and there's good women, and I think there's, lost men and there's lost women. You know what I'm saying?
Do you
And
feel like the relationships in regards to like this, the way how the dating scene is going on now, is more lost than it was back in the generation where it was more, where I feel it was more values of knowing the character of the person, not just what they are presenting themselves as out here, like literally in this digital realm
well,
in regards to the dating scene?
you said it yourself. Like times are different.
Yes,
We come from a more personal time. Everything had to be personal. Everything was meaningful. I had
I
to
agree.
I had to be able to look at you in the eyes. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? To know who the fuck you are. Sorry. To
true.
to know who you were. Pardon, I didn't mean to cuss.
No worries.
You get what I'm saying? So we come from a more personal time. Everything was meaningful. Now everything
Hmm.
is, for look, we have speed dating. And that's just me breaking down the minimum, like when you think about like
That's true.
that's
Speed
that
dating is
that's
what it is.
that is the humanized version of data traveling through chips. You know what I'm saying? To a computer from tower to tower.
I
You know what I'm saying?
agree.
Speed dating
Yes.
is the basic. And now you
Hmm.
have dating online. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It's like pam pam pam. Hey, what's up? Hey, listen, I like you. Oh man, you gorgeous. Blah 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 blah. Okay, what's up? What you doing Saturday? Let's go. Okay, boom, pam, let's go. Brrr, next thing you know, oh shit, we're having babies. Oh fuck, I don't even like you. Divorce. So everything is it's fast. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fast paced. The world changed, and that's what those
Do
are the
you
times that
feel
we live
that
in.
a lot of times now that what we see from like what we've seen like with some people in relationships, we're not saying all, but with some of them, it's all about for like the image of how people are going to perceive their
Absolutely.
relationship.
So crazy that you touching on that topic, my brother.
This is the reason why I want to hit that.
Cause you
Yes.
know what? Like me and you are black from a different skin color, and no matter how gracious, how beautiful we are, and how developed we are, and we might become, there always will be places where we are never going to be allowed to be in. You know what I'm saying? And that is the reality of things.
Hmm.
Family structure and this hemisphere is completely different. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we came to a country that doesn't even belong to the people that claimed that belongs to,
True.
but they're here and they run it. You know what I'm saying? And listen, you could be with a Jamaican woman, you could be with an African woman, you could be with a beautiful white woman. If you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that you
Love is
cannot.
love.
Love is
Okay.
love.
All right.
But the reality is, me and you know that in certain places, you're not gonna be welcome. You're not gonna wanna be seen in the family frame picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I'm saying.
All right. Because no, I do feel like a lot of people have like these relationships, and it's more about now like the social presence in regards to getting like the likes about like how my relationship is with like my husband,
Thank you.
my kids.
Thank you. It's like everything. Thank you for because I actually got lost. Thank you because the final point I was trying to make is like everything is for the cameras now. I got the perfect
Mm-hmm.
family.
And yeah.
Look at the perfect flower potter. You know what I'm saying? Look at my background. Look at my grandma's picture. Then we have this masterpiece, and then you have my kid with the apron, and they got matching aprons, and everybody's got Jordans, and you know what I'm saying. But in the reality, once that picture is done, everybody's like, "Yo, like." Oh shit, the pot's burning. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, the dog didn't shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take him out. Like, oh fuck, kids, take out those shoes. You gotta fucking keep them clean for the next. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, it's everything is for the camera, for the
Okay.
looks.
How do you
A lot
feel?
of it, a lot of it.
Definitely. Yeah.
Not taken away from the good families that actually
Well,
live that
bringing
that.
back now to like the man's role in all of this, do you feel like a lot of the men, like as you said now, when we're searching for like that proper woman, we're lost because we're not being the men that really need to be men, sort of to say, in regards to like a relationship?
Say that again, please.
So, what I've noticed now is like a lot of men are not really taking the lead. We're just more catering to, like, as what I was saying earlier, the woman's insecurities.
Yeah.
And then, as like
The,
what you said, because you are catering so much now, instead of like taking lead and help and showing her, like, well, this type of insecurity you need to work on yourself and not really be putting it on to me so that you didn't lose yourself. Do you feel that too many men now are losing themselves in the relationship in regards to like the insecurities and not trying to like have their boundaries where it's like, all right, now you're trying to like knock down my masculinity where you're not going to be loving me the same way as like you saw me before when I had that masculinity in that way.
absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You know why? Because I actually fell victim to that myself, and it's crazy that you touch on that because she took a lot away from me
Hmm.
to the point where like I'm not a person that doubts himself, right? But
Hmm.
I question myself at one point. I'm like, does she look at me? Does she realize who the fuck I am? Like, does she, you know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, make that at a short point. But yes,
No, but that's
like
what I'm trying to talk
yeah,
about.
in a
It's like,
generalized way, yeah, it's true. You see it. You
hmm
know, body language is everything, right? Like I'm a very like observing. I observe. You know what I'm saying? I study body, bro. When I'm out, like I sniff that shit and I see it. A lot of men have taken the role of being an accommodating, the accommodating person in the
in the
relationship.
relationship instead of being like the man themselves in a
And it's
relationship. That's
crazy
what I want to
because
get at.
because I
Yes.
think to myself, I'm like, yo, bro, like how much is it worth for you to keep the woman? Because it's a lot of these things. Remember, we live in a society because we're talking about everything's for the camera. So
Yes.
everybody's wanna have the bad bitch with the big tits and the nice ass and the big eyelashes.
Marry that
You know what I'm saying?
woman and all
And
that stuff. Yeah.
everybody's wanna have the baddie. That's what they're called, the baddies, right? So it's like they'll do anything to have a baddie, cause in this day and age, to have a baddie, I guess it's like some sort of social status, or I guess you're you're respected or something.
And
I don't
that's
know.
why now I say like the men are not being men in regards to the relationship. Because now, as you're bringing that up, let's now
Yeah,
transition to
a
it.
lot of women wear the
A lot of
pants.
guys are now going after the baddies instead of the real quality of women. Would you say?
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
why?
But guess what? We did it ourselves too.
Yeah, I know I was looking for a
I'm
baddie
just,
when I
hey,
was younger.
listen. I'm
Yeah.
always gonna keep it real. We did it ourselves too. So what
But what
the
I'm
point I
trying to
was
say
gonna make
now
is
is like the difference though is what I'm remembering now of the baddie of the women's that I remember growing up with was that they were a baddie because their quality was strong of a woman that could keep the household. They knew what type of brother they were dealing with and all that stuff.
sure,
And you know what I mean? And they
but what
didn't like
about
overstep the boundaries, but they were
sure,
a strong woman.
sure, but what about a bad bitch?
See, now that's what I'm saying. It's
Ah,
like boys now are now dating the
ah,
bad bitch
I
instead of
get
like
it.
having that badass woman
But
that's like really
the point I
the,
was trying to
the
make is
proper one for the home. Yes.
absolutely, but we did it too. We did it
Hmm.
too, except that they were called bad bitches, right? So
Hmm.
the point I'm trying to make is like it's transitional. You know what I'm saying? We're going. Everything is transitional. So like these young youths are learning. You know what I'm saying? Like they know they're not stupid because I talk to a lot of young kids. They're not stupid. It's like yo, you know what I mean? Like yo, still, but like I don't want that. The man them had dying like yeah. So like there's that sense of orientation in them, but
To wanting to have the
yeah,
bad,
but they're
yeah,
young, so they gotta get
yeah.
to our age to be like yo, listen, you know what? I'm done with the baddies, nigga. Like I want a good woman in my life. You get what
And
I'm
that's what it
saying?
is. I feel like for our young youths and with the whole entire like generation that's out there, especially where I have a son that's like 20 years old right now. And of course now that's in the age bracket that we were at where we were like, no, we want to have that bad chick. We need to have that bad chick. She's got it all going on. Boom, bang, slamming. She also has the brain smarts. We know if like she has like our kids, that woman is gonna be a strong woman for our kids. But I've now noticed with this type of generation now where I'm more kind of curious is like I said and trying to be protective with my son where I feel it's not about like having that type of like strong woman that's gonna be there for the household. It's more of just as like what you said, for the camera and for an image so that people can say like, oh wow, you got with that chick, or for the chick say, oh you got with that brother.
Yeah. Oh
You know
shit,
what I
that's your
mean? Like,
bitch. Like god damn. Like
you know what I mean? Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. It's so non-organic. Like what's that?
Yeah,
It's
it's not
so
real love.
platonic.
Yeah,
It's so platonic.
as I would say,
It's
like
so
growing up with
platonic.
like, yeah.
It's all platonic, bro. It's all a fucking role. It's all for social media. And that's what I told you. You know what I'm saying? We come from a more personal times, bro. Everything was personal. Beef was personal. Getting to know someone was personal. To go up to somebody and have the nerve to actually give them your phone number on a piece of paper was personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember growing up where I had to like be scared to be calling the girl's house because the parents had the phone. And it's like you had to like either deal with like Mrs. whoever or Mr. whoever.
Hi,
Yeah.
good evening, Mrs. Davis.
Yeah.
Good evening. I'm sorry to bother you. Can I
So,
please speak to Catherine? Uh,
yes.
Yeah, okay, no problem, son.
Can I
Thank you
speak to
very much, ma'am.
Naomi?
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Can I speak with
Have a good night.
Samantha? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, of course, absolutely.
you had to like go through all that. The way how it's going on now for our kids, it's just like
I, I,
it's
I
so like, oh well, I just want to be with her because look how good she looks and look how many followers she's having. So if I get with her, like,
I'm still that. You know what? I miss those days. I'm still that way. You know, like for me,
mm,
the perfect idea of like of actually getting with someone will be like, listen, you know what? Obviously, me and you like each other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm,
I wanna like have like a special dinner or go and knock at your mom's door and have a conversation with them and let them know that like, hey, listen, you know, from friends we're making this transition and I want them to know that like I'm here, I'm gonna be your man, and you know what I'm saying? Like I'm old school like that. I miss that
okay.
shit, bro.
So
It's
how do you feel that we can bring that message now to the younger generation in regards to like the values of like respecting now like themselves and also now the women too in regards to having a fulfilling relationship because as we can also see now too with the numbers we're not really having that many like long-term relationships as you're seeing like back when we were growing up where you're hearing about
absolutely.
25 years
This is
50
the
years.
hookup generation. That's what they call
This
it.
is
The
what we're now
hooking
in.
up.
It's like a hookup generation like
Yeah.
you're still back in high school or like college like you're just all right, well, no, I'm feeling this person right now, and no, I'm feeling this type of person right now.
And
Like,
has
what
spread
is
it.
this?
It has spread
And then
it.
spread out now
It
into
has
like
spread even to the
adulthood.
adults. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Uh, what I would tell the youth is, look, man. The
Especially that we're men. What would we say now to like the youth?
I'm gonna tell. I'm
growing up?
gonna talk to the male youth, right?
Mhm.
And I'm gonna say this. Look, homie. The club and the bitches are always going to be there for the rest of your life. That scenery is never going to change. Perdition, lost, is always going to be there at the tip of your fingers.
Okay.
The narrow road is what you do with your life, right?
Right.
The non easy part, and that's what you gotta focus on. Focus on building yourself Think with your brain and not with your dick. That's gonna get you in trouble.
I
Don't,
had to tell my son that
you know what I'm
because
saying?
like I
Don't.
think that that's where a lot of like young boys get caught up in, like that's where we fucked up.
Absolutely. If there's not a male role, a lot of us, you know what I'm saying?
A
Like
lot of boys got fucked up.
tend to straight for,
Tend to
you know what
straight
I'm
thinking
saying?
with their
Absolutely.
next
So
brain instead of this
so
brain right up here.
so I would tell you to take your time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. Don't have babies with another baby. Meaning, don't go and stick a dick and have a baby with a young girl because you don't know the future. You know what I'm saying? Life is so fucking long. They tell you that life is short, but that's bullshit. Because life is only short if you're living by the gun or doing something that you're not supposed to do. You're shortening your days. So the point I'm trying to make is life is long, abstract, fucked up. But guess what? It's still fucking beautiful.
Beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So learn how to appreciate your life. Learn how to cultivate your life. Take your time. You know, learn yourself. Learn how to identify who you are. Take the time to know who you are. Get to know yourself.
Nice.
Learn how to express yourself better. Learn how to walk better. Learn how to breathe and talk better. Cultivate yourself. Educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everything else that I told you, like the clubs and the bitches and the drugs and the molly and niggas and slingers and gun shooters and the homies and the man them and the guys sliding and all that bullshit, is I was going to be there. But I promise you, if you stay focused, you're gonna see the true value in life. And when you get to a certain age, I would say at least your 20s and 25s, you're gonna realize that the decisions that you have made are actually very valuable and they're gonna take a significant turn for the rest of your life. So stay focused.
All right. I like that. Definitely agree to it, my brother. Thank you for that very much. All right. So on the next topic right now that I would like to say in regards to like,
Can I say something for the women too?
yep, go ahead.
And for the women, the same thing. Take your time, baby girl. Close your legs. For someone to love you, you don't have to give him what's so precious of you because it will affect you in the long run. You will be classified and categorized and looked upon as the same way you chose to throw yourself out there in the world. So take your time, educate yourself. I want to see more doctors, more lawyers. You know, we're seeing more athletes. We're seeing a lot of more beautiful things, especially from our community. But take your time. Let them know that if they're going to love you, they gotta show you with actions and not with words. Words don't mean shit. Don't ever take no word for no motherfucker. For no man on this earth, they'll never take one fucking word. Make sure that they show you. That motherfucker's gotta believe the same way you gotta believe for him. And that's the only way it's gonna work out. God bless your life.
All right. Cool. Okay. So this was definitely a great like conversation and great topics that we definitely slammed. Now, the one other topic that I definitely want to get into is, do you feel that when a man opens up to his woman, like he opens up, and say an argument now comes around later on or a dispute, and she uses that openness that you used, that you told her about, and she uses it to knock you down. Do men instantly close up afterwards about being open to that woman again?
Absolutely. It becomes resentment. Eventually, it will become resentment because you can only take so much. You're a human being, not a punching bag, right?
I agree.
You know, in a relationship, and I will keep it real, both of the parties do it to each other at one point or another.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially at those moments where you're having a fight. And it's like, no, but you remember this, and you fucked that bitch. Yeah, but you were fucking flirting with that motherfucker, and da 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 da, right? So it's tit for tat. So it becomes a tit for tat game. But yes, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that like a lot of the people now, when they are having a dispute, they can't just keep it on the issues about themselves. They have to really do the low blows, is what you're saying now. And one of the low blows that I don't try to do when I'm having a dispute with like my partner, whoever it may be, is talking about like their parenting skills. Because I know that's definitely like a low blow for
a
sure.
low blow, yeah, absolutely.
Right. And
That's a very low blow, to be honest.
and I feel that too many, like, now when they really want to throw at jabs, they now want to get at that. And nobody's parenting skills is perfect is the reason why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Right. But to you, for a person now that you say that you love and is your partner, you're now going to use that and throw that against them, or like vice versa. I don't understand how people can actually be doing that when they say they love somebody and then they're going to turn around and be that venomous to
Well,
like doing that in a debate. You know what I mean? So, what's your thoughts on that?
they say that everything is fucking fair in love and war, right? So in the heat of the moment, a lot of things are said a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? And it's that intensity. What I find out from my own experience is like love can make you do crazy things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Preach to that.
you know what I'm
Yes,
saying? Because
all
I've been
right.
in I've been in relationships where I sincerely care. You know, and it's because I actually fucking care that I'm fucking losing it. So it's a mixture of things. You know what I'm saying? She might have put a lot of pressure on me and kept on picking, blah blah blah. Actually, fucking, I kept it quiet. You know, I opened up, then she threw it in my face, blah blah blah. I kept it quiet, kept on going, baby, I love you, please don't do that, blah blah blah. And next thing you know, it's like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, like it's
Because I know that with like us as men,
yeah,
when we're even out there with like even some of our boys and everything, we
Absolutely.
can't be completely even open with our boys. We have to be defensive with our boys too, because
absolutely.
they will try to throw that in our faces too and
Yeah,
say
you're a
like, yo, what
genius.
kind of like softing or whatever like that. So we're even like not even trying to be open. So it's like that's why like I feel that when we do get open to our women in regards to that, and then
And
they slap it in our face.
we
Is
get
it more
close.
hurtful
It's
than
hurtful.
what the boys would do in regards to clowning us in regards to that, or like
Absolutely.
in the way how the women like used it in regards as a weapon?
Absolutely, because your
Okay.
boys are not paying your rent. Your boys are not sleeping with you. You're not getting back rubs from your boys. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to see your future and the rest of your life with your boys. You get what I'm saying? You understand that those are your boys and those are your family and it's bros before hoes and whatever, blah, 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 red to tay, right? But your home is your home and family first. So at that point, you're so in love that she's your family. You know what I'm saying? So she comes first. So it's more hurtful. And you know what's even more hurtful? The fact that you, in front of your boys, you gotta act like, yo, listen. It's so crazy that you mentioned that because I was thinking about that today.
Yeah. So how do like
On
men
how
are
you,
try to play it off?
like,
now?
yeah. So like, imagine I'm here chilling and then she calls me and she's like, well, what the fuck? I told you to throw the garbage out and da-da-da. You know, I'm sick and tired of your shit and. You know, I'm pretty sure. And who the fuck is this bitch liking your shit and da-da-da. And now I'm chilling with you and I gotta be. And you be like, and you looking at me like, yo, you alright, my G? Like, what going, dog? Then kind of way.
That's how
And I
always
gotta go
wanna
like this. And I gotta
answer.
go like this. Watch this now. I be like, yo, dog, don't worry about it, bro. Just chill. Don't even sweat it, dog. And I put my phone in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? But that was like, you know what I'm saying? I already had to shorten that moment and just explaining to you because you were pounding on me already. Like, yo, what's going on with you, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Do
So
you feel that some women, when they do that, like they were being like vindictive to seeing like how much power they can have over you
absolutely.
when they try to show up on top of you in front of your boys? Do you feel like
Everything is about power. The relationship is about power. The times we're living in is about power. So when you come into a relationship, yeah, everything might be good on the first and 2 nights.
but do you
In the
think that
first
that's a
month.
wrongful way of like trying to show like how good you are in a relationship, or like I feel like in regards to like showing power and control, I think that's really like a sad way of doing it.
But
In
there's
my,
different reasons, and you cannot judge
hmm
everybody
I can't judge everybody.
everybody in a
Yes,
generalized way
yeah,
because some women will take power when they see that you're lacking in power. You get what I'm saying? And
of
some
course.
women, beautiful women, will take the lead and be like, you know what? You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. You're gonna save your money. You're gonna do this. You're gonna do that. Next month, we're gonna go get you your tickets. Blah 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 blah. And then you're gonna go get that job that you really want. And da da da. I'm gonna help you, baby. You know what I'm saying? And there's that kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? That shows that kind of power when you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? And there's that kind of woman that shows that the power. Be like, well, you know what? Like, listen, I'm got my own life. We're gonna be together, but you know what? Like, things need to be like this, and blah 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 blah, blah and give you an almanac, right? The same way there's men that will come and you know what I'm saying, and show the same things basically. So it's
So women are definitely agreeing. They're saying that it's definitely more hurtful from your significant other using what you've
absolutely,
been open with.
absolutely. Remember,
So
women move on feelings.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We move we move on actions and emotions. Like our feelings are buried because we don't share that with nobody. We keep them inside. You know what I'm saying? And that's what really affects us at the end.
My
right?
question then, when someone does that then to you, how long do you think it takes for a person to get over it? If you say you love the person and you're trying to help them heal from that type of situation of using that as like a weapon against you instead of like being like, as you would say, nurture and grow from that openness now, because that's what you're looking for out of your partner.
It varies because it depends on what stage are you at the relationship, right? Like if you see something that is worth saving, then you're going to continue to see the ground and educate that person and deal and have patience with that person,
Do you
with
feel
that
that
woman.
you may try to like see the good in the person or what you may think is good in the person more so than taking the value of what they did
Well,
at that moment?
well, yeah, absolutely. It always comes down to that because at the end, you before you make a decision, you be like, you know what, fuck this bitch, and then you like, you think, and you're like, you know what, no, you know what, she was just angry. She's a good woman. She keeps my clothes clean. She's always feeding me. She's there for me. You know, when my mother was sick, blah 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 blah. You start counting the good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's the value in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? So no, but once it gets to that point of insanity, where one of them is going to drive each other to that point, then obviously all cards are off the table.
All cards off the table. Okay, I agree with that. I like that. All right, now speaking another situation for like men in regards to like being strong for this situation. Um, I was like one of the guys that was like speaking out during like the whole lockdown, whatever it is, the whole bullshit about the jabby jab and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And someone came up to me and said like, where are all the like the real thugs, the real gangsters that say that they don't follow any of this stuff that the government and everything is doing? Where are they, and how come they're not like
Outlashing
outlashing
and
against all
retaliating.
and retaliating to all of the stuff that's going on? So
I tell you, can I answer that to
Yeah.
that guy?
definitely.
You know why you don't see the gangsters out on the streets? The real gangsters. I'm gonna speak for the real gangsters. You know why you don't see us on the streets retaliating towards the government? Because we're too busy trying to not only educate ourselves but educate the community, so we suffer less casualties. Whether it's socially, whether it's culturally, or whether it's fatally, criminally. We're too busy trying to uplift and create opportunities, not only for ourselves but for our family, for our families. And what I mean by our families, I just don't mean our immediate families. I mean the homeless. You know, the Jamaican community, the Chinese community, the Afghani community, the Turkish community. You know what I'm saying? The Italian community. We're too busy. The real gangsters are not even in the picture. The real gangsters are not even part of the frame. We're too busy, far away, trying to create a better situation and a better tomorrow for somebody else. Because that's what we live by. We live by codes and principles. To answer your question, mister.
Thank you very much then. All right. Well, this was definitely a great first episode. I definitely have to give it up to my partner here today. Give them your name once again, please.
Hey,
so they
man, I
know.
go by the name of Governor aka the Diamond.
All
You
right.
already know D2E.
And this is Impenetrable the Rebel,
Yes,
the
sir.
first podcast show here on Down to Earth Podcast with the Rasta Reasoning. And all I'm trying to do is get out some good reasoning and good perspectives from everybody out here. All right? Stay tuned for the next one. Bless up, everybody. All right?
God, no, man. Once again, we got a good podcast on the EQTV network. But you heard it here first from the Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry in your eye. I'll prove this message nationwide.
Wide.
Please subscribe to all the channels. Zin.